What if I told you that millions of pensioners born before 1961 are about to see an extra £562 land in their pockets, but not everyone will qualify, and for some, the increase could actually backfire? The Department for Work and Pensions has just confirmed a major change to the state pension. And if you don't understand how it works, you could miss out on money that's rightfully yours. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll break down exactly who gets it, when it arrives, and the hidden catches you need to know. Welcome to UK Insight, now your trusted guide for pensions, benefits, and senior living in the UK. Stay informed, stay supported, and enjoy your golden years with confidence. Subscribe now and join the community. First, the triple lock, a familiar term for most pensioners. It's the guarantee that the state pension will rise each year by the highest of three measures: inflation, consumer price index, average earnings growth, or 2.5%. In 2025, salary growth came in strong, pushing the increase higher than what inflation alone would have justified. And that's what drives the £562 figure. This increase has been widely reported in media on the upcoming pension rise. Under the confirmed plan, this extra amount is added to the full weekly pension rate, meaning that pensioners, depending on their qualifying years and status, will see more cash each month starting next year. But the headline number, £562, is not the full story. Whether you get that or something smaller depends on your situation. The DWP states that this uplift will apply primarily to those who receive the state pension and who were born before 1961. That birth year threshold is key. It defines who falls into the old system or transitional categories and who will benefit from this boost the most. Now, how did we get to born before 1961 as the cutoff? It's tied to the complex transition between the old state pension rules and the new state pension rules, which started in 2016. Anyone who reached state pension age before that transition often operates under a different set of rules, and the DWP's decision reflects an effort to ensure they are not left behind. The government says this is part of ensuring fairness, that those on older pension rules should also see meaningful rises. But as always, the devil is in the details. Let's break down who exactly qualifies for this increase. State pensioners born before 1961. This is the general eligibility group for the boost. If your birth date is earlier than sometime in 1961 and you're already receiving the state pension, this applies to you. You must already be receiving your state pension, i.e., be past qualifying age, or be within the rules that DWP uses to apply uprating. The rise will apply after the DWP and Treasury agree on final rates, usually in the budget cycle or in the government's annual update. If you receive the full pension, you stand to gain close to the full £562, subject to how full is defined for you. For those with partial pension rights, gaps in national insurance, fewer qualifying years, or contracted out years, the increase may be proportionally smaller. Note, if you reach state pension age on or after 6 April 2016, you are under the new state pension system. Whether you still get the extra £562 depends on how the policy is worded. In some reports, the boost is aimed more at those in the older system. Media reports covering the pension increase emphasize that state pensioners will get the raise. Always double-check your personal pension statements. So even though born before 1961 is the headline, eligibility checks and individual records will decide exactly how big your boost is. Now, let's walk through the numbers and timing. The confirmed extra £562 per year equates to roughly £10, 65p more per week, on top of existing pension rates. That's not trivial over 52 weeks, it adds up. For someone already receiving a full state pension, their annual total will increase by that whole £562, unless their circumstances reduce it. The rise is expected to be effective from April next year, aligning with the annual pension uprating cycle. That means you won't see this extra cash until then. Later payments will reflect the increase. For part-year adjustments, if someone hits pension age mid-year, there may be pro-rata calculations. The DWP will publish detailed guidance closer to implementation. The precise weekly new rate will be published by DWP in their official tables, likely in the next few months after budget announcements. The yearly headline is helpful, but the weekly breakdown is what's used in your payslips. For those already on the pension, your new amount letter should come ahead of April, giving you notice of what your payments will be. Watch your mail or DWP digital correspondence for it. If there's any backdating mechanism, that depends on how the DWP frames the change. But typically, pension increases are not backdated, they apply from the effective date going forward. Also, taxation and deductions still apply. That £562 is gross tax, national insurance, if relevant, or benefit interactions may reduce what you actually receive. Let me emphasize this, the boost helps, but it doesn't eliminate strain from rising costs, taxes, or other benefits cuts. What's driving this move? Why now? Second, economic signals. With wages rising and inflation always looming, the triple lock mechanism ensures pensioners don't get left behind. This kind of bump is a way to maintain alignment with average earnings growth, which this year outpaced inflation in many sectors. Essentially, pensioners' incomes are being nudged higher so they don't lag behind wage earners. Third, comparative fairness. Many advocates and pensioner groups have argued that those in older pension systems were at risk of being left behind under newer rules. By targeting those born before 1961, the DWP is signaling an attempt to narrow that gap. Fourth, budget and revenue calculations. The government has to balance how much extra expenditure it can afford. Pensions represent a substantial public cost. Policymakers will have run financial models to conclude that £562 is sustainable or politically defensible, given other priorities. But the increase is not without challenges, caveats, and potential pitfalls. Let's explore the key ones. 1. Partial entitlement and gaps. If you didn't contribute a full set of national insurance years or had periods of contracting out, your pension is already reduced. The boost may simply be applied proportionally, so you may not see the full £562. Always review your NI record. 2. Means-tested benefits interaction. If you also receive means-tested benefits, pension credit, housing benefit, etc., the extra income could push you over thresholds, reducing or eliminating those benefits. In effect, some of the £562 could be clawed back via reduced entitlements elsewhere. 3. Tax implications. The extra income might push you further into a higher tax bracket or reduce your tax-free allowance. If your total income is already close to thresholds, the net gain might be less than it looks. Consult a tax advisor if your pension is sizable already. 4. No backdating. As noted, the rise applies from April once implemented. Any shortfall before that isn't likely to be paid retroactively. So those who relied on this boost to catch up with rising costs might feel squeezed until it kicks in. 5. Disparities in application. Because eligibility hinges on individual birth dates, pension rules, and NI records, not everyone born before 1961 will receive the same treatment. Some will benefit more, some less. That can fuel feelings of unfairness or confusion. 6. Policy reversals or changes. Future governments may reconsider the triple lock or set different thresholds. If the underlying mechanism is changed, future increases may shrink or disappear. 7. Inflation risk. If inflation surges after April, the £562 boost might be insufficient. Your real value of pension could still decline in purchasing power over time, especially in high inflation years. 8. Announcement fees. Delivery risk. Sometimes, governments announce increases before all the technical or administrative things are in place. Delays, errors, or disputes may affect how smoothly payments arrive for claimants. 9. Public expectations. Setting a headline number like £562 raises expectations. When many pensioners discover they don't receive the full amount or see deductions, there could be backlash and political criticism. So while this is undoubtedly good news for many, it's not a guaranteed windfall for every eligible person. Context and fine print always matter. Let's walk through real-life examples to illustrate how the £562 boost may play out differently from person to person. Case A.E. Mr. Taylor, born in 1958, has a full NI record, no gaps, and currently receives the full basic state pension. For April next year, he receives the full boost. That means an extra £10, 65p per week, or £562 for the full year, before tax and deductions. For him, the increase is straightforward, more money in his pocket. These variations underscore that the £562 rise is a headline, not a guarantee for everyone. Your individual circumstances matter. So, what steps should pensioners or those about to retire take now? 1. Check your birth date and eligibility. Confirm whether you were born before the relevant cutoff and whether you currently receive the state pension. If in doubt, check your DWP or government pension statements. 2. Review your national insurance record. Log into your NI account or contact DWP to see if you have gaps, years lacking contributions, or contracted out periods. That data affects your current pension and the boost you receive. 3. Estimate your full boost fees. Your personal boost. Multiply £10, 65p 52 equals £553, 80pi, or depending on rounding, this is the full weekly equivalent for the year. Then apply your personal scale, if partial entitlement, to estimate your likely boost. 4. Check your benefit thresholds. If you currently receive means-tested support, see how much extra income you can earn before those benefits get reduced. Learn your local housing benefit, pension credit, or council tax support rules. Small changes in income can produce outsized effects. 5. Monitor DWP announcements. The DWP will publish new pension tables, guidance, and letters ahead of implementation. Keep an eye on gov.uk DWP press releases or pensioner advocacy groups. The detailed weekly rates and qualifying rules often come months before April. 6. Prepare tax planning. If the extra brings your total income near a higher tax band, consider consulting a tax advisor to see if adjustments or allowances can help you minimize tax on your pension. 7. Adjust your budget expectations. The £562 boost is a help, but it doesn't erase all the pressure from energy bills, inflation, housing costs, or healthcare. Plan how you'll use the additional income, whether to ease essential costs, invest, or buffer future needs. 8. Advocate or engage if excluded. If you fall just outside the cutoff, or your boost is much lower than expected, reach out to local MPs, pensioner advocacy groups, or citizen support organizations. Sometimes, policy adjustments or appeals are possible. 9. Save or use wisely. Treat the extra as bonus income. Use it judiciously, saving part, paying down debt, or strengthening your emergency buffer. 10. Share and inform others. Many older citizens are unaware of these changes or misinterpret the headlines. Share accurate summaries, help family or elderly neighbors check eligibility, and spread awareness so no one is surprised. Thanks for watching UK Insight Now. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share with other seniors who need this info. See you in the next video. Stay well, stay informed.